trading advice from the world's number one. But the world's number one what? Well, actually, this is trading advice from the world's number one tennis player. And bear with me here, because I'm just going to read out some quotes from, I believe it was from Maria Sharapova, after she had been world number one. She was reflecting on it. And these were some of the things that I believe that she said. And I say I believe because I wrote these down ages ago, and I think it was all from her. It might have been from her and another sports person. Nevertheless, these are top flight sports people, and the comparables between sport and trading are uncanny. Just listen to this. As quick as I feel like I was flying, it goes, and the self-doubt of this slump is never going to end. Maybe this time I'm never going to come out of this slump, even after 30 years of success. Actually, this was Ronnie OSullivan, that quote. That is the world's number one snooker player, and has been for on and off for decades. That by all accounts, the world's best snooker player of all time, is talking about when he goes into a period or a slump of when he's losing, that that self-doubt comes through, that even after 30 years of success, he will still think, am I ever going to come out of this? Quite uncanny how traders will use that sort of self-language when they go into a drawdown. And then they go into a drawdown, they'll say, oh, well, how am I ever going to come out of this? When am I ever going to come out of this? It's normal, and it's normal across many walks of life. The comparisons between professional sports people and trading are very close. Listen to this one. This is, I believe, from Maria Sharapova. Most of the time you're a loser. Even when you're number one in the world and reigning world champion, I lose more tournaments than I win. Now really think about that. When she was world number one, she was losing more tournaments than she wins. And so more of the time, she's a loser, even though she was number one in the world. What does that again say to you? When it comes to trading, does it matter if your win rate is lower? You don't have to chase high win rates. She said, maybe it makes sense now. What looks enjoyable from the outside, but it defines your whole life. It brings more pleasure than anything else, and yet it can also bring so much torment. So there you go. There's a couple of quotes there from absolute top flight professional sports people reflecting on some of the mental experiences they have in relation to their sport. So if you're a trader and you're feeling all of that, forget the nonsense rubbish that you hear out there on social media, including videos on here on YouTube, where people are saying, oh, you only need to do this and you'll never suffer with mindset. That's rubbish. Absolute complete rubbish, because mindset is the most important part of trading. And doesn't matter what you're doing, what sort of style of trading you're doing, your mindset will affect you. If it's affecting the very best sports people in the world, then it's definitely going to affect traders as well. The main thing is we need to spend more time on our mindset. The more we master that, the better ultimately we become as traders, more rounded. The markets will continue to challenge you, but if you can manage that element, then you become a more rounded and better trader. That's why when it comes back to sports, so many individual sports people have sports psychologists to help them with that. With trading, that's why I spend in our community so much time on mindset, because that is the secret sauce, not some magic strategy that someone wants to sell you. Have a wonderful weekend. I'll see you next week.